Please listen carefully.
Hello, universe. Welcome to the Optimist Daily Update. I'm Ariel Tienko.
And I'm Summers McKay.
And we are part of the team behind the Optimist Daily, making solutions the news. We bring you reader-funded solutions news every day in order to change the tenor of news media, social media, and the direction of your day to help us all get focused on what's going right in the world.
7 days a week, we publish positive news stories written by award-winning journalists and delivered online to your inbox and through our social channels. And also, we are sharing these solutions in a commute-worthy, walk-worthy, home office-worthy, 'tis the jolly season-worthy podcast. Today is Tuesday, the 14th of December, 2021. Hello, Ariel. How are you today?
I'm doing well, thanks, Summers. How are you? You sound much better than the last time we recorded together.
I am night and day. I feel so much better. It was definitely a doozy of a week. And you and Amelia took over and handled the pod perfectly in my absence last week. But I am good and I'm feeling kind of festive. You know, I was dealing with so much anxiety over my upcoming holiday travel, right? Because I'm taking my entire family. We are going to California to see my other entire family, right? My whole extended family. And I think I've sort of come to a little more zen terms with it. I think we're going to have a really good time. And Brennan is at a point where she's really excited to go on a trip, and somebody's going to take care of the cats. Don't know who yet, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, it'll all work out.
It'll all work out. I'm feeling festive. Hey, what's it like in Amsterdam right now? Is it festive? Is it holiday season, or is it just cold and dark?
Okay, so the weather is not that great. It's just mostly rain. However, it has gotten warmer, so I'm okay with that. But some of our friends did get us a little Christmas tree. So we went out and bought some lights and ornaments, and the house is just looking a little cozy and wintry and festive as well. So that's kind of getting me in the spirit. But opposite of your kind of family Christmas with a big gathering, I think it's just going to be me and my partner and our dogs. My dog and then his parents' dogs, because they're actually going to California as well. So it seems like Christmas in California is going to be bumping this year.
Oh, dear. Okay. So it's you and your partner and the dogs and no roommate, or maybe roommate?
No, I think the roommate's going back home. But it all really depends. And honestly, I'm kind of welcoming this
A little quiet
Christmas. Yeah. It's just a time to reflect and rest and paint and read, all those fun things.
Exactly. How is the painting going?
It's going pretty well. I am going to show you when we have our next meeting a couple flowers that I've painted because, I'm trying to do the whole the fairy soup painting.
Yes, I love that. I feel like I want to commission you. So I think anyone who listens to the pod probably has heard that my daughter has like a passion for making fairy soup, where she runs around and pulls petals off of flowers and puts them all together. And we make fairy soup quite frequently. It's actually funny because today on our way into school, she got one of her little classmates, and the two of them together were running around pulling all the heads off flowers on the school. I thought, well, it's a nature school. This is the point, but I wonder if the gardener agrees. So
they'll grow again.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's the good thing about flowers. They grow again, Well, okay, we should probably get to business here on the Optimist Daily, right? Mm-hmm. We've got some pretty darn good headlines. And I think, speaking of travel, I think we should go down under today. What do you think?
Yes, I would love to join you. It's much warmer there.
All right. So in our travel minds, I am going to talk about things that in the past haven't grown back, but are now growing back. My headline reads, "First IVF corals successfully spawn on the Great Barrier Reef." The Great Barrier Reef Foundation has an exciting announcement. The first generation of IVF coral babies have officially reproduced on a degraded reef. Now, as described by Great Barrier Reef Foundation, coral IVF uses the modern IVF technology to breed and distribute corals so they have the highest chance of survival. The researchers capture coral eggs and sperm spawn from healthy reefs and rear millions of itty bitty baby coral in specifically designed floating pools on the reef and in tanks. And then when they're ready, they go and deliver them onto damaged reefs to repopulate them. So the foundation has been testing out this IVF experiment near Queensland. Concept has successfully been achieved in Singapore, but this is the first time it has worked in the Great Barrier Reef. And there is a successful birth of 22 colonies that have all grown to maturity. So they have superior rates of survival, these darling little IVF corals, because they are grown to be more resilient to bleaching. They have grown in nurseries alongside an algae named zooxanthellae. Yeah, something like that, which has a higher resistance to heat than algae and protects the coral naturally. The Great Barrier Reef Foundation Managing Director Anna Marsden is quoted as saying, "Saving the reef is a huge task, but having proof that this innovative cutting-edge science works gives us hope." So I love the idea as a scuba diver and an ocean girl that there are ways to heal that Great Barrier Reef, because I want it to be around when Brennan and I finally get down there to go scuba diving. So,
Summers, you're a scuba diver?
oh yeah. Oh
Oh my
my
God.
goodness. I am happiest 40 feet deep. That is literally one of my favorite places to be. I
That
love
is very
scuba diving.
cool.
Yeah, diving is super. I mean, that's part of my inner mermaid, right? I need to get way down in there. So I love scuba diving. I love mountain climbing and scuba diving, highs and lows. That's me.
Wow, I'm just
I,
your average snorkeler, but I can also appreciate saving the reefs because there's so many beautiful fish out there.
yeah.
And you can
Yeah.
probably see even more down below, but snorkeling's fun too.
Snorkeling's pretty fun too. You can work on your tan, but now you're headed to Australia for your story today as well.
Yeah, my story headline reads, "Album comprised of endangered bird calls tops Australian music charts."
I love
So
this headline. I love this headline.
I know I was pretty excited to read it because I love the bird calls. It's something that I really miss living in the city now. Is just the random wildlife noises that you find. So I guess that's also something that's valued in Australia because this surprising new album that was released has taken over top hits like ABBA, Mariah Carey, Michael Bublé, and it landed the number 5 position on the music charts. So the album, which is called Songs of Disappearance, is comprised of the varied songs and calls of 53 threatened Australian bird species, all of which were recorded over a 40-year time period. So the proceeds of the album go to the avian conservation organization called BirdLife Australia. And if you were to read the album description, it gives you a taste of the unique musical experience in store for you. Reading the title track celebrates the incredible diversity of the Australian soundscape and highlights what we stand to lose without taking action. Be immersed in a chorus of iconic cockatoos, the buzzing of bowerbirds, a bizarre symphony of seabirds, and the haunting call of one of the last remaining night parrots. The idea behind the album began to take shape when Stephen Garnett, he's the author of Australian Action Plan for Birds, approached Anthony Albrecht of the Bowerbird Collective, wondering if the organization would be willing to promote the action plan, which aims to spread awareness about the plight of endangered birds in Australia. So Albrecht then brought the idea to violinist and the co-founder of Bowerbird Collective, Simone Slattery. So that was pretty convenient that the co-founder of this collective was also a violinist. And the two began the work of arranging the songs of 53 threatened birds. So yeah, I just thought that it was really interesting because we all know that our climate is in a dire situation, but sometimes the facts won't pull on our heartstrings as much as something creatively expressed, like the calls of a bird that you can appreciate musically. So this is why I gravitated towards this story. So Australia-based listeners can get their hands on a hard copy of the CD, but digital versions are available worldwide.
I'm currently listening to some of these on their digital download, and I have to tell you, they are so charming. And I think my noisy scrub bird, it's pretty cute. So, yeah, I want to buy it. It kind of looks like, though, that the digital download, you have to buy them individually, which I think would be weird. I
Mm.
don't want to buy like each. I want to buy the whole thing. Anyway. Oh, no. Buy the digital album, $9.08.
Could
Done.
also be a good gift
Yeah.
for someone
Exactly.
if they're into birds and
Any
bird
bird watching,
calls.
it'd be a great gift for anyone who has a cat, right? You can torture your cat with bird sounds. And, sometimes it's funny that I say that, but I was trying, I think last Tuesday when we didn't record, I was also trying to find our cat that was hidden, right? Because we had just come back from vacation and the cat was missing.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So the way that I tried to get his attention was by playing kitten sounds on YouTube, and he started meowing back to them. So that's how but you could probably play bird sounds and your cats would come running as well. So
Where's the bird?
exactly. Anyway, it's really, it's lovely, and their site's fun. They're like, help us be in the top 10 for another week. Buy the digital download. Yeah, so it's the bowerbirdcollective.com is where you can get the actual album. I think it's really fun. I'm going to be listening to bird songs all day. But what else do we have on today's Optimist Daily Update, Ariel?
Well, we have a headline that reads, "A simple sleeping bag could solve one of the biggest health risks of space travel." FEMA will begin screening for potential discrimination in disaster aid denial. And this EV charger doubles as a storage device for excess renewable energy. And coral reefs are disappearing, but lab-grown coral may help them survive. So kind of echoing the story that you just spoke about. Anything else?
Yep. New York Harbor introduces 11.2 million oysters. How to store holiday cookies so you can enjoy them for as long as possible. So I got store-bought holiday cookies, little Christmas tree cookies that I've been giving Brennan kind of one a night. And we have them in a cookie jar and she loves them. But then we got these super gourmet cookies from a gift, like a client gift. Somebody sent them to us. And so I was like, oh, she'll really love these. And they're like lollipops and they're all decorative and beautiful. And so I opened one of the super gourmet ones and she took one bite and she said, "Icky, mommy, Christmas tree only."
So anyway, more gourmet cookies for you then.
Yeah, no more gourmet cookies from this little girl. But yes, store holiday cookies so you can enjoy them for as long as possible if they last. There's a study that secondary forest sites are remarkably resilient, which is great as we're thinking about all this reforesting. And last but not least, 8 innovations that can revolutionize sexual health. Because 'tis the season for some holiday lovemaking, I guess. Hey guys, that and much, much more, as always, is available on the optimistdaily.com. Thank you so much for listening to us on the Optimist Daily Update. We promise to continue to share positive, solution-based stories with ideas on how you can participate in this changing world and ensure it is changed for the good. We promise to cover the current events with accuracy, legitimate sources, and offer you the information needed most to chart new paths for all of us.
If you're not already, then please consider becoming an emissary on the optimistdaily.com, and for just $5 a month, support reader-funded independent journalism. Or if you are an emissary and want to share the gift, then it would be a great holiday gift. Be part of the solution-changing consciousness and addressing our world's biggest challenges with a problem-solving mindset. Let's keep the Optimist Daily free to all who need it, supported by those who can.
Thanks, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow with more solutions.